Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Captain Swan podcast, number 82. We're going to talk about the episode Firebird. I am your host, Michelle, to the Underworld of Time on Tumblr, and these are the people with me today.
Hi, I'm Alex. My Tumblr is Jolly Old Roger.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and my Tumblr is you brought me home.
Hi, I'm Mai. I'm technically here. And my Tumblr is Alice and Swan. Yes, I changed it again. Don't judge me.
Hey, I'm Ro, and my Tumblr is Ginny Jinxed and Handshot Rita First.
Hey, this is Shannon. I'm Mind Your Helm on Tumblr.
Okay, so as you probably noticed, Serena is out again this week. We wish her well in her recovery. In the meantime, she's really upset that she's missing this episode, by the way, since it's a big Captain Swan episode. But I thought we'd start with the non-CS questions first, so this is out of the way.
Okay, before we start, can I do something playful?
Sure.
Rumbelle is not true love. Rumbelle is not true love.
You know what? That's actually the perfect segue into our first question.
It's a transition. It's a transition song.
Anonymous wants to know, did this episode confirm Rumbelle is toxic by taking away true love from them? Yes, the writers did something right.
Yes.
Honestly,
Hell yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Since I made this comparison in my review, but like the writers were handing out true love kisses like Oprah. You get a true love kiss. You get a true love kiss. So I was really scared that they were going to make the true love kiss, them have a true love kiss, and I was like, oh, and I was already like, I had the tweet saying I am so disgusted, written out, and then it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, even the writers in the questions on the hot seat questions, they asked, will Belle ever wear her wedding ring again? And Eddie said, only if Rumbelle can win her heart back. So I think I think something there, like, can you fall out of true love kind of deal here.
I don't think they were ever true love to begin with. They might have been for a split second. And the minute Rumbelle pulled away from that potential true love's kiss, like that went up in smoke and went away.
I think it questions a lot of what do you consider, what is people's standards of true love, what is, like, it's different for every person.
Well,
like,
to be fair, we're probably going to get into that with the Captain Swan true love stuff, because that's been a big thing this week. But it's odd that they're handing out. I mean, I know they keep saying that true love is the rarest magic of all, but in this show there is a high percentage of couples and familial pairs that have it. So it's
and most of them have been this season.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, it seems like, like, we've had how many? We had 2, right, this season? Well, 3 with Captain Swan. But, like, no, I meant, no, we didn't even have a true love kiss. But, like, we had 2.
We had Brennan, Hades.
Well, that was talked about, but, like...
But it's still...
It just seems... Yeah, I guess... Okay, we can add that to the
category.
It's just very strange. And I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago that, like, it just seems strange that they're, like, you know, giving it away just so willy-nilly. Is it now...
Like Oprah.
Yeah, like Oprah. It's just... It's bothersome, or is it just...
It cheapens it, is what it does.
Well, when we get to this one, I'll basically say what I said in my review is.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to
when we get to
Lisa, what did you think about Rumbelle?
This kind of confirmed something for me that I've been suspecting for a while. I mean, I had no doubt that when he kissed her that we weren't going to see no rainbow or whatever, is because, one, I was like, I swear to Jesus, if we see some rainbow shit with them before Captain Swan gets theirs, then I'm really gonna flip a fucking table. You know, I held my tongue with Dorothy and Ruby. I even held my tongue with Zelena and Hades. But
we didn't get to that.
No. But Rumbelle, after all his shit, yeah, fuck no. But anyway, way back in season 1, and you know what? I'm going to admit, as much as I despise Rumbelle now, during season 1, before Hook even came onto the picture, I was first and foremost, and this ties back to when I was a very young little girl, my favorite Disney movie has now and always will be Beauty and the Beast. It meant something very special to me. So when I saw this in season 1, that was what at first connected me to the show. So I was kind of invested in that ship, and I was really happy that she turned up and she was alive and blah, blah, blah. In Skin Deep, I didn't really think about it too much afterwards because it just turned into poison so quickly. But when you look back at Skin Deep, and when she kissed him and his skin started turning back, whatever, okay, maybe his curse was starting to break slightly, but you didn't see no rainbow, true love, whatever, rainbow going off. So everybody uses that scene as the confirmation that that 5 years later means that they're supposed to be part of the true love armada of ships. I don't buy it. Going back and seeing that and remembering that scene, no rainbow. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If there's no rainbow, it's not a curse.
Well, that's the thing. That's my other problem with the True Love Armada, because Regina and Robin don't have true love either. Not confirmed the way everybody else does. They're
confirmed
soulmates.
True Love Armada are now Snowing and Captain Swan.
Yeah.
But the point is, it goes to show, and honestly, you know what? I don't hate on any people for shipping what they ship. My motto has always been ship and let ship. But I feel bad. I can't feel bad for these people for investing themselves in this ship that has grown so toxic that it took a failed true love kiss, hopefully, for them to see that this is not the relationship they should be investing themselves in. If he kisses her, and it didn't work, that should tell you something. He loves his power more than he loves her.
Well,
let this
we
go.
already knew that.
But you don't even need to.
Most of the fans, not to generalize or anything, are Rumbelle fans. So they really don't give two shits about Belle.
I know, and that's why I really feel bad, because I feel like, as much as Belle frustrates me to no end, I would love to just slap her across the face and get her to wake her brain up. I still feel that she doesn't deserve to, be stuck with all this. And she sure as hell doesn't deserve for the fan base to shit on her, blaming her for everything that Rumble's done. It's wrong. It's like the fan base shitting on Emma and blaming Emma for the stuff that Regina does.
It's called misogyny, darling.
Yes.
Hopefully, some of the fans, when they saw this failed true love kiss, it started to make them think maybe we've been going about this the wrong way.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Alex, what do you think about Rumbelle?
They are toxic as hell. I mean, what else can I say about them? This last Sunday just confirmed everything I believed. Well, yeah.
Okay, so Rumbelle's toxic.
I really don't like to talk much about them because I'll say something I will offend.
I'm all for that.
Fair enough.
So I'd rather, I'd rather be nice.
Okay, well let's move on to another thing that infuriated me, and there's two questions about it, so I'll read them both at the same time. Anonymous wants to know, what are your thoughts on Regina telling Robin to give the baby to Zelena and Hades? And then Catwell wants to know, what did you think of Robin and Regina in this episode? I was actually liking Regina this half season, but this week kind of blew that away. It did feel like Robin actually stood up for himself for a few minutes when he thought Regina was crazy and needed to get away from her for a few minutes. Also, do you think Rumbelle still has Robin's heart, and if that will affect his potential death and possible return? So what did we think about Regina ordering Robin to hand over his child to his rapist?
I'm sorry, but, that was just a little disturbing to me. First of all, Regina has no say over the child. Robin is the father. And as much as Zelena is the mom, there was a certain non-consensual situation that happened between Robin and Zelena.
Also, I want to say something to that. appeared on my Twitter timeline from a friend that made me laugh. When are they going to learn to stop trusting Zelena with the baby? Like, I have no doubt that Zelena has turned a new leaf or whatever, but honestly, given what we know will probably happen, I'm thinking that new leaf is going to be very short when it comes to good side.
I mean, Killian said it himself. I mean, I get that Regina has these feelings and emotions from the memories that her mother gave back, but that doesn't negate all the terrible things Zelena did and how she still has not earned back anyone's trust.
But here's the
So
thing.
why is she demanding that Robin, who seems to be the only one who actually gives a shit about the welfare of his child, just hand over his infant daughter to the woman who raped him without even really giving him a chance to explain his point of view? I mean, that's my thing that really bugs me about this, is that Robin has never once had a chance to voice any qualms about what happened to him.
Because he's not a person. He's the sexy lamp trope. Well, if you really replace him with a sexy lamp, and his character will be no different.
Well, there's a lot of nuances in this and a lot of issues that we all know the show probably won't address. The show's never been good at addressing real emotional issues. First of all, it is tiring to see Regina taking control not only of Robin's place in his own child's existence, but also his relationship, or lack thereof, with the child's mother. Now, I know you guys all have your varying opinions, like, dislike, neutral, whatever, of her. But other than when she was using her magic and baby got a little cut on the face, she's never done anything really to put the baby in danger. I believe in my heart, and I'm speaking from the place of a mother. So before y'all jump me, just stop. I'm speaking from the place of a mother.
No one's gonna jump you, don't worry.
I know that she has done horrible things, but no matter what she has done, the love of a child is a powerful thing. And I'm telling you, I do not believe in any shape nor form would she ever hurt that baby.
I believe
she wouldn't, but
I believe she is so desperate to be loved that she is closing herself off to what's in front of her. She feels she has this person that she believes loves her, confirmed by the true love kiss, and she thinks this is my chance to finally have what I've never had in my life, and she's clinging to it so hard because she doesn't want to lose it because she's lost everything else. Which is why, as you saw in that sneak peek, she was quick to assume that, you just don't want me. Well,
spoilers.
Which is why it will be difficult for them to get her to see what is in front of her face. But hey, you're talking about a scene that we have. Okay, just stop. Hold on. I don't agree with Regina ordering Robin to give the baby over. I believe that in that particular situation, I understand where she's coming from, that this is her sister and she's trying to give over an olive branch to make peace because there's a bigger issue at hand. But in that situation, she should have explained both sides and then stepped out of it and let the two of them come together and discuss it. Because
that's what we're saying, that Regina just ordered.
Yeah,
Robin.
I know, she went about it the wrong way. And that's gone about it the wrong way.
Lisa, stop interrupting.
Here's the thing.
You guys haven't even let me finish.
Shannon, go.
Thank you. Here's the thing. Robin doesn't even know that, Regina and Zelena made up.
Exactly.
That's the point I'm trying to stress here. is that he has no involvement in the conversation. He wasn't there at all no one talked to him at all. He just walked through the doors from the woods, and he was like, hey, what's going on? Oh my god, Zelena and Hades are here. What are you guys doing? Because he hasn't been informed. Of course he's going to react that way. So that's why Regina is wrong for, not pulling him aside.
I know,
I'm not telling him that.
I'm not saying that she's not. But this is a fault of the writers for shelving him as long as they have, and not involving him directly in this apparently in their mind extremely important storyline.
They pretty much did exactly what they are pretty much doing to him in the next episode for whatever we're getting to.
They're doing to him exactly what they did to Will.
Well, number one,
this is what they did to the person. Will's not. Well, never mind. I can't.
Number one. Well, number one, his choice was stripped away from Regina. He was pretty much sitting back and just taking it. And then the very next scene, his heart was ripped out. It shows that he's very
expendable.
He's just very, he's a piece of shit. Like, this is okay, this is alright, whatever. It sounds like Zelena's the mom and Regina's the dad. It's not Robin's the dad, it's more Regina's the dad, apparently.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I got a call in the middle of this, and I was like, wait, what? Honestly, nobody is hating on Zelena or her motherly ways. We're saying that Robin is expendable to the narrative, clearly shown. And because they don't even have him, he could be there in the background not doing anything. But instead they sent him away. So he doesn't even know what's going on. The first nothing he knew was that people were against Zelena. Now they're for Zelena, and his girlfriend, who is kind of bossy, to say it nicely. He's told him to hand over the kid. He's been protecting the kid he had to leave to protect.
The kid that Zelena handed over to him specifically to protect it from Hades, and now he's expected to just hand it over to Zelena, who's suddenly hanging out with Hades, and he gets no explanation. Yeah, I'm with Robin. That's fucked up.
Yep.
And the fact that the show refuses to acknowledge that it's fucked up pisses me off.
Yeah, but the middle sisters will never be official rapists.
Okay. So we've got one more non-CS question. Ro, did you want to say something? Oh, this question's for you, so.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
I think what surprised me was that Zelena was genuinely concerned when Regina didn't show up at the portal.
No one has anything to say about it.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry, I was answering the message.
Oh, okay.
He is not wrong. He is not wrong. I think as much as we might not want to believe how quickly she's turned over a new leaf or whatever, I really do think that she wants to make amends. She wants a life with her child.
She wants to, but she doesn't know how.
But this question's not about Zelena. This is about Regina.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah, the whole point is Regina did something that's deeply problematic, and the
Regina was, which is very funny because in season 1, what exactly did Regina say to Emma? This is my child, butt out.
I know. Regina's always been kind of written in that ballsy, in your face, I'm the queen, I'm in charge type style.
Mirror back.
So
yeah, she wants to mother everybody.
It's not surprising that she would take control like that. Is it right? No, it's definitely not. Is it right what they've done to Robin, shoving him out of the picture and not giving him practically the rights to his own child since the moment she was born? Absolutely not. I mean, they've all been concerned about Zelena having a place in this child's life, and they all argue about whether or not it's proper, but no one has bothered to consult Robin and ask his opinion. He's the fucking father. I mean, it's totally wrong. Totally wrong.
And not to mention the fact that in 5A, Robin and Regina apparently had a conversation about Zelena that was off screen, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious, people? This is what's wrong with your show. Important conversations like that take place off screen, and it's messed up.
And
But
again, this is a result of. Sorry. This is a result of plot. Less character.
All right, we're going to move on now. Daniela, who is not here today, has a question for Ro and Mai. It's about Zelena and Hades. Do you guys think Zelena trusting Hades and believing he could change end up badly and spell her downfall now that we know that Hades is going to backstab the Storybook gang by trying to trap them in the underworld?
Mai, you want to go first?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, she didn't even hear the question.
Oh, we are very unimportant right now.
I'm sorry, I had
Okay,
to
what
walk.
do you think about Zelena and Hades?
Well, weirdly enough, I kind of ship it. Like, not high key, but low key.
Do you still ship it knowing that they probably go against every true love tenant given the fact that Hades is still lying?
Well, like I said, it's low key, so I really don't care.
Ro?
Nobody cares.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Well, my thought is that for two people who love is just so rare for both of them, maybe that kind of true love is possible when you think about it. But it's really going to come down to a choice about whether Zelena wants a family or whether she wants, well, the Prince of Darkness.
Okay, I have a thought.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm sorry, for listeners, it's kind of hard for me to talk because I have a really strong stomach ache, so that's why I'm talking so slow. Okay, but here's the thing. Yes, it was a true love's kiss, but at the same time, I think like it worked more because it broke his curse, not just because it like went with the rules of true love's kiss, but rather it was a kiss to break his curse, to restart his heart and all that jazz. So if we look into the plot holes, like we can say that since he was technically lying, his heart literally restarted. So like maybe his heart hadn't clued in to the line. This is me trying to make logic. It's hard, and I have to make reaches, but I'm trying.
I still like my pre-episode speculation of them not being true love and Hades stealing Captain Swan's true love to restart his heart. But what do I know?
Ooh, what was that?
It was complicated and involved. But anyway, does anybody else have any thoughts on Zelena and Hades?
I think this is just another instance of someone who's extremely possessive and controlling. Who I believe his love for her is genuine, but it's in a very possessive and controlling way, and he doesn't know how to love properly. Because I don't know how long he was cursed like that, to not be able to feel, to not have a beating heart. But I mean, obviously Zeus didn't send him down there for no reason. So whatever he was before this, it couldn't have been good. I don't think he knows how to love properly, and this is why he's doing it this way, and it's insane, like really insane. I know we all want to see villains get redeemed, but in this case,
no, we don't.
We don't. What group have you been talking to?
Can we please have some villains who don't get redeemed? Pretty please.
Yeah, this is
who are
one
evil
of those,
just for the sake of being evil.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where that's not going to happen, but yet at the same time, I don't think they'd be able to kill him either, because, he is a god.
You can kill gods.
Yeah, by another god.
Exactly. But anyway.
He's got to go marry his niece.
And I got another little extra reach for you guys. Both of them really, really, really believed in, like, he really believed in her love. He really believed in his. Maybe he's been lying so much he believes the lie.
Yeah, maybe.
So
It just
that could also work.
it just bugs
True
me
Lies
because
kiss.
it just really bugs
Hey,
me because
I'm
you know
trying to make it logical here. I'm sick.
because
Leave me alone.
the show has been all about, true love makes you better, blah blah blah, and then we have Zelena and Hades, who are neither one of them really made better by the fact that they love each other. Because Hades is clearly, as we'll probably see in tomorrow's episode, a terrible influence.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about
we
that.
could have said, if the twist in this episode hadn't been the whole Hades is secretly, well, not so secretly evil, then maybe he could have made it better. I could have bought that. But since they really did do that twist that wasn't a twist, because we all saw it coming,
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't work. So, going out.
Alex, do you have any thoughts on Zelena and Hades?
Well, I sort of started out shipping them a lot. I mean, not a lot, but just a bit. But now I'm like, about them.
Eh.
Eh.
Like I said, really low key. So
Yeah, it's like I don't care.
Like, cute, but I really don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, it's just like, why?
Like, it's not the repulsive I get from Rumbelle.
No.
It's not the annoyance I get at Outlaw Queen, or the anger I got whenever I saw Will and Belle. I just really don't care. I'm like, eh.
Okay.
So to be honest, I kind of feel sorry for her because she desperately wants this to be true so badly, and I wish that it was. I mean, I really do. I wish that he was genuine and that they could be happy because she's lost so much.
It's another Rumbelle situation where one of them believes more in their love than the other.
Because she's gone through her whole life either not being loved or being lied to or being used and hurt, whatever. And I really wanted this to be different. I really did.
And Zelena really believed in the love. I mean, I can genuinely see that she did, but Hades didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I fear that it's going to take something drastic to get her to see that her trust is misplaced.
Okay.
Well, we already know what the drastic thing is going to be.
Spoilers, people. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, now all the rest of the ones we have are on the obvious main attraction here. Captain Swan.
Let me guess. It's charming, right?
Sadly,
they're
no.
all about charming.
Okay, so fandom is very divided over this issue. So we got about half of the ones we got on Captain Swan are negative, half of them are positive. I'm gonna read the negative ones first, and we'll talk about the negative aspects.
Oh boy!
And then I'll read the positive ones. Okay.
Mm.
So the first one is from Daniela. She wants to know about Firebird, and are you sad because of the CS separation and pissed off at the same time because Hades screwed them over, which I know was expected. Stacy says, well, my rant on the last podcast has proven more true with this heartbreaking episode. Poor Emma, she doesn't deserve this shit. Also, Emma being pissed and sad that she gets into a brawl with Zelena is understandable. And Serena, Stacey is happy that you liked her rant because she knew you'd agree. And I just came to a realization that Snowy and Captain Swan are the real planned couples of the show, and OQ and Rumbelle exist because of fan service, and Lana asked for a love interest, and that's probably why when one ship's happy and the other's miserable, plus Rumpel and Regina were still supposed to be the main antagonists and not full-on heroes. Next episode, here's hoping, like Michelle said, Rumpel or Hades get fucked over in the ass. Bonus, since next week is Hook's funeral for all those people. All those people are there as well. I expect him to reappear in an unexpected way thanks to the big man with the thunderbolts in the sky. Quite the little Mink Swan says, I don't know what it is, but this episode just didn't feel right to me. I don't mean by what we got in the episode itself, but the other aspects just felt off to me, be it the writing or the pacing. I'm just not sure. I just feel like maybe this episode needed more, if you know what I mean. Thoughts? Anonymous says, question for the next podcast. Don't get me wrong. I am thrilled that Captain Swan has been confirmed true love, but I just really was hoping for something much bigger to happen other than a door opening. To me, this feels like the writers of the show are saying that true love is not enough, and it's supposed to be the most powerful magic of all. I was hoping CS's true love would be the most powerful, strong enough to bring Hug back. What are your thoughts on this? And one last negative one. Sorry, guys.
I was about to.
Anonymous says, there seems to be a lot of people who are disappointed by this last episode and think that the writers are not giving CS the storyline they deserve and are tired of CS never getting any happiness. The story is not over yet. CS is the main couple of the show. They're not going to get their full happy ending until the show ends. The writers can't give us all the happy moments at once. Think about the big picture thoughts. And before anybody says anything, I have thoughts on that last ask because people have been doing this all week and it's really pissing me off. Okay. People are allowed to be disappointed. People are allowed
okay.
to have
I was going to say
feelings.
the same thing.
Because we're not 100% thrilled about the never-ending angst train that our OTP happens to be on, and don't think that the writers, have sunshine coming out of their ass, does not mean that our feelings are invalid and we're not Captain Swan shippers. Okay, people, we're allowed to be disappointed. So please stop telling other shippers how to feel. End rant.
Yes. Okay. Let me start again. What I have something to say about the previous to last question.
Go ahead.
And I don't know if it goes with any of the positive ones, but we'll see. But here's what I wrote and it goes along with what we were saying at the beginning about the rarity. And I'm gonna read it because right now I can't think, so I'm gonna read my own words because they're smarter than me right now. Okay, so maybe true love skins by itself isn't the rare part of the equation. The rarity is what happens afterwards. Can you truly commit to your true love? And while you might be true love, is that person who is best for you? Rumbelle and Belle almost had a true love kiss in the flashback of season 1, but it didn't work this episode. Does that mean your true love can change? Well, okay, right, never mind. I was reading the wrong one. Okay, well, still works. Okay, there's a lot of unanswered questions regarding this act, and yet the episode left us with one answer. The truest of love is about choice. I don't think that in lessons, well, this is now my own words, not my written words, but I don't think in our true love kiss was less. I think it was actually more because it wasn't breaking a curse or anything else like all the other true love kiss we've seen. It was something that had to do with both of them truly feeling and truly choosing each other over everything else. Killing chose to tell her to take her heart, and she chose to save killing it. They both of them chose each other, and it wasn't. Oh no, really? And
Okay.
Those people who don't think that it's a strong test, it was sent by the gods. Not everyone can pass that.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the test itself. The test itself was fine. I did not have a problem with this. My problem is this. Every other true love moment, whether it was a true love's kiss or true love's handshake or whatever in the hell it is, has allowed the people sharing those moments to then be together right after it. Like, there's none of this extra bullshit. And the fact that they go through all of this, they pass the test, and it still doesn't bring him back to life because Hades is a dick, pisses me off. The fact that they're dragging this out, the fact that the writers feel the need to drag this out one more week irks me. And I know people are saying, well, this is, snowing with the curse,
No,
Charming shows up.
Charming.
Because here's what happens in the pilot. Charming shows up and he thinks that Snow is gone and he goes to say goodbye. He doesn't know that, she's coming back to life when he kisses her. and this is that moment for them, and I'm like, dudes, do you realize how much loss Emma Swan has suffered
Okay,
in
here's
her
the
life,
thing.
and
I
she
am going
can't bring
to.
back her true love? That's fucked up. It
Well,
pisses me off.
I hate the fact nobody hates the fact that Emma cries more than me, as we all know about my endless rants. But here's the thing about this last. It also showed that not only both of them are selfless in the act, but it goes along with what Orpheus and Eurydice.
Okay,
Because your Orpheus couldn't. He looked behind, and
here's
he
the
lost
thing.
her,
Here's the
and she
thing, though.
didn't.
Oh, here's the
Emma.
thing. Here's the thing, Mai. If they had presented the story of Orpheus and Eurydice the way the myth actually is in the show, I would agree with you. But they did not. In the show,
True.
they said it worked, and that's why Hades cut down the tree.
Thing.
So in the show, they presented Orpheus and Eurydice in a positive light, when in fact the actual real myth is Orpheus didn't have enough faith, and he turned around and then he lost her forever.
But here's the thing, okay. Or the part of me where they eat the fruit is true, but Hades could very possibly be lying. Hades lies.
But if he was lying, then there wouldn't be a tree in the first place, and he wouldn't have had to cut it down.
No, I mean there was a tree because they did cut the fruit and all that, but maybe that wasn't part. That was only part of the deal, like in the myth.
I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a bad comparison. That if you're gonna put the myth in, it sounded to me like they were putting the myth in just to say, hey, look, we did Orpheus and Eurydice. Aren't you impressed? How much we know about Greek mythology?
Oh, they don't know anything about Greek mythology.
Exactly.
They know less than they know less than my husband Jon Snow.
That's what bothers. That's what bothers me about it. To me, this whole episode and this isn't even a question, but I'm going to get into it just because I'm pissed about it. I could have dealt with even this stupid separation bullshit if the flashbacks had made any kind of fucking sense.
Okay, I actually have an explanation for that one too. Because I actually thought about it.
No, I agree with what Gia said, that it should have been 2003 and she should have been looking for Neil and not her parents, and then everything else would make sense. But they're determined to have Bagel be not a douche, and that pisses me off.
Okay, I have a small thing about why it works. Because the first time I thought, and actually the second time too, I saw the episode, I was like, why? I love the flashbacks because I love seeing my baby girl, but I didn't understand them, and then I watched it again and I realized something. Cleo is the one that gets her to put her armor on. And it goes with the episode because Killian is the one that gets her to take it off.
But they could have done that in 2003. Why is Cleo still chasing her 8 years later after she got out of prison? Like, I don't understand this timeline. It makes no sense.
The timeline is bullshit. I mean,
that's what irks me, because here's the thing. Okay, Cleo helps her put her armor on, fine. That's okay. I get that, even though the dialogue was really on the nose, and I was like, really? We're going there with this? But, okay, here's the thing. Emma's this happens literally a year. Like, she gets this jacket a year before Henry shows up on her doorstep. A year, people.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. When you put in all the work that her parents, Henry, Killian have had to do to break down her walls, that is not a year's worth of walls that they did. Sorry, that's just not doesn't work for me on that level.
No, I understand the timing because the timing doesn't work for me either. But like the content, I can agree with. Like it's a good idea, but badly executed.
Yes. That I agree with. Okay, does anybody else have thoughts on the Captain Swan True Loves thing?
Well, I kind of agree with most of what you were saying. I had no problem with the True Love test. I was happy, rejoicing, great, we finally got confirmed. I wasn't like freaking out that they were separated because, I mean, we already know that it's not going to last. So, I was more frustrated. I was more frustrated, like, oh, again?
Yes.
Because this is like going on, and we already know this isn't even going to be the last time, because we know stuff about what's going to happen in the finale. So it's like, really? How many more times can this go on? Can they like breathe to take a piss or something before one of them disappears?
Take a what?
You're using euphemisms of which we are not familiar.
Take a piss? Like go to the bathroom?
No, you said breathe to take a piss. I understood what you meant because I'm a Yankee, but I don't know.
No, I
anybody else.
understand too, but it sounds fun.
I also agree with the flashbacks. They didn't make Cleo very likable, and they didn't really have her there enough in a capacity to make Emma's connection to her believable.
Okay, and here was my other problem with the flashback. Sorry to cut you off, but I think you might get into this. Why didn't they mention Henry? Like, Cleo gave up her daughter, and Emma gave up her son, and she's looking for her parents, but no one thought to bring up Henry? Really?
Right. There was a lot of stuff in there. Like, it seemed to me like whoever wrote the flashbacks either didn't have enough show background, or maybe mishmashed some things. I mean, I know we've seen them have some foo bars with title cards before, with timings. We've already told them, just hire a fan to go through all of your time cards, and we'll make sure that all your shit's straight. Yes, it would have made sense to have it placed in 2003 when she's very shortly out of prison, because if you remember in that scene where she finds out that she's pregnant and all she has left is a pregnancy test stick in one hand and a set of car keys and nothing else because he's ditched her. Then look on her face as the camera pans down and you see that positive sign. That look on her face is the look of a person who shut out the world.
Yes.
Who has completely shut the fuck down. And going from that to what we saw of her in this quote-unquote 2009 flashback where she's achingly desperate to find her parents, there's no explanation of even why she was looking in the first place. It's true that it would make more sense if she was looking for Neil or even looking for Henry. Because she was... It wasn't so much that she got ditched by Neil that truly broke her. It was knowing that she... It was knowing that she was pregnant and that she would not be able to take care of her child. We will never, ever, in the history of this show, forget the opening of, what was it, season 3?
Yes.
Where we saw her give birth, and the tears on her face, but she could not even look at that baby, because she was too afraid that if she held him, she wouldn't be able to give him up, and she knew in her heart she couldn't take care of him. And that's when that and the fact that she was pregnant in prison and had to give birth handcuffed to a bed, she totally shut down. So it doesn't jive with what we were shown in the flashback at all. At all.
Not to mention the fact that from a legal standpoint, Cleo died, and Emma is like the prime suspect in her death, whether it was an accident or not, and the fact that she could then get a job as a bail bondsperson after that is kind of bullshit.
Especially considering that, what didn't they say she was on the hook for?
More shoplifting? Yeah.
That right there, I don't get it. I understand that when she got out of jail, she was probably all she had was the car and she didn't have any money. I get it, but after having suffered like that for 11 months in prison for a crime she didn't even commit, would she really risk going back into jail just to steal for food? Really? I don't buy it, because it made it sound like once she left prison and then went to Tallahassee for those 2 years waiting for
honestly, I think they forgot about that.
For Neil, that I think she would have made it a point to do whatever she had to do to make sure she didn't go back into prison.
Okay, here's the thing that confuses me a lot. Okay? Jane wrote this episode. Jane is normally good at this thing, continuity-wise.
You're good.
And it had a lot of parallels to Tallahassee and other episodes. So,
that's the thing, though. But you guys are forgetting something. Jane isn't the one who pitches ideas. She's the one who writes it, They tell her what to write.
No, that's true. But here's the thing, where Adam and Eddie fucked this up. Because in Tallahassee, it's quite clear that they're paralleling Neil and Emma and Emma and Killian. So they should have done the same thing in this episode. Paralleled Emma realizing that Neil was never coming back.
No, this has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I tell you that.
No, the parallel is that Emma's walls are down. The one is Emma's
You
walls
can
are
do
coming
that
up.
with Neil. You can do that with Neil. Okay.
I don't need to see Neil. I don't need to see Neil.
No, you don't have to see
I don't
him.
need him.
No, what I'm saying is, listen to me. What I'm saying is,
I
hate Neil as much as everybody else does, okay? No one hates
guys,
Neil more than me.
Let Michelle talk.
But here's the thing. If Emma goes to Tallahassee and she's waiting for Neil to show up and she's like looking for him and whatever, which we know she did from previous canon, for her to realize that this man who offered her a home and a family and then sent her to prison is never coming back, that is why she could latch on to this Cleo person and put up her walls. That would be the thing, that the catalyst that could put up her walls. And then you can parallel that to romantic love shutting her down, and then romantic love bringing her walls down completely. They could have done that, but they didn't, because they wanted us to forget that Neil is a gigantic douche.
I don't need to see Neil. I don't need her to look for Neil. I know she
But
did.
I
haven't talked at all for the last 20 minutes here.
Go, Shannon.
Okay. So I don't have a problem with her looking for her family. She's not going to look for Henry because she wants him to have a good life. She's letting him go. So he showed up on her doorstep, so I don't think he was going to look for her. So that actually validates that, I think. This is my opinion. Okay? And then the only problem I had with the timeline, and I told Michelle this, is the Phoenix thing. Why would she go back to Phoenix to steal and then come do all those things and then come? It's just weird the way that the town thing was not correct for me. I can believe everything else except that.
But that's another thing that doesn't make sense. If she didn't go back to Phoenix, if this is a crime she committed right after she got out of prison,
yeah, it didn't take 10 years.
Yeah, this would have been in like 2001, 2002 when she got out. So why the hell would a person still be chasing her all the way across the country for something that happened in 2002? It makes no sense. Which is why the flashbacks should have been in 2003. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's the only issue I had with that. And the other things I'm okay with.
Like, the concept was okay. Her finding this bail bonds person and latching onto it and putting on the jacket and all that stuff, that was fine. The timeline and looking for her parents when this is an episode, centered on her letting her walls down completely for romantic true love made no sense.
I did like the continuity, though, because what was it in season 1 where she said that she's always looked for people because of her parents?
Yeah.
But
she was also that's how she was introduced to the thing like the looking for people on the internet thing that she found that way. I liked all the parallels that they had with this lady Cleo with the boot in the car, and she's learning all these things from this lady. She is Emma Swan of what we saw in season 1. So that's exactly why I like that kind of parallel. She was tough and rough around the edges. She didn't give a shit. Emma was vulnerable and stuff like that, but it just shows that she was vulnerable and she was going to become a hard shell soon. Now we see Emma, she's soft inside and stuff like that, and now everybody's going to wonder, is she going to keep her word to Killian about putting back up her walls?
Except we know that's not going to happen because she's
we don't have enough
because
time.
Killian's coming back.
The only way we're going to see that is if it's in the beginning of the next episode.
But the other important thing that this showed was that, yes, Emma was hard and tough as nails, but it also showed through Cleo's actions and the repercussions of Cleo's actions that what she told her to do might have protected her in the short run, but in the long run, it wasn't very good advice, because Cleo, hold up, Cleo was very obviously suffering too. She had lost a child that she desperately wanted to have a life with, but didn't feel that she was able to, and didn't feel it was her place to interfere. And because she died, she never got the chance to reunite with that child ever. So she put on that jacket, that wall to protect her heart from ever being hurt. I'm so very glad that at the end of this episode that Emma realized that the walls were not serving her at all. That they were, as Snow had told her in season 1, that it was pushing everyone away. And that's what made the goodbye scene between Killian and Emma so powerful. Because it wasn't just that it felt like it was the last time, even though we kind of know that it's not. But the fact that he was desperate for her to be sure that she would not put those walls back up again and keep everyone at arm's length and turn cold just because she had lost him, even in the face of knowing he was never going to see her again, and that this was for good. And he didn't not once think of himself. He only thought of her. By begging her, please don't, after I've worked so hard to take those walls down, please don't put them back up just because you were going to lose me.
For a minute there, I thought she was going to leave her jacket in the underworld.
But when she asked him to not stay there, to don't make her his unfinished business, he could nod his head and say, all he wants, but I highly fucking doubt it.
But that's the thing, is that those promises are promises neither one of them are going to be able to keep. Emma won't be keeping hers because he's going to be back within, by the end of this next episode, probably. And because, Killian's clearly not moving on. I mean, Eddie said it himself in that damn hot seat thing that, well, Killian's in the underworld, he can watch over her from there or whatever. And I'm like, okay,
That's
so
the
what was the
thing,
point of the goodbye scene again?
It's the point of, they said, they promised each other these things, and guess what? They're not going to be doing them.
Well, the point was for Colin and Jen to make us cry.
Well, yes, and they did. I did cry very ugly tears.
Yeah. Because he's crying.
Too.
Colin's crying.
Yeah,
I
Operation
Ooh.
Stop Emma Crying 2006.
That tear when he was hugging her, that little single tear.
And when he was holding her hand. Yeah.
Oh.
The very last
Oh.
watching her go up the cage.
And can we say it was improvised? It was not in the script. That was
Yep.
Colin.
Yes.
Apparently so. That's what
Oh,
they
I
do.
knew it.
I need them to direct their own scenes now.
Honestly, I had a feeling it was gonna be improvised. So the whole
Okay.
kissing her head until he had to let go.
Yes.
Because
Well,
both of
improv
them
is
had
what they
to
do
let go.
So now that we're getting into things that we did like, I have positive questions.
Yay.
So, Catwell wants to know, what was your favorite scene of the episode and why? Who wants to go first? Mine?
Definitely the I love you
Alex?
thing.
The goodbye.
Yeah, like when they kiss between the cell thingy, because that's sort of parallel to when he left her in season 2 behind the cell.
Yes,
Yeah.
Queen of Hearts.
So I loved it.
From I'm done with you to kissing.
To and then when their fingers were all going like, oh,
Yeah, even though it was angsty, I liked the finger thing where they could not let go of each other.
Ooh, then when he was watching her go up and his eyes were like
Yeah.
glistening. Oh,
Even though it's angsty, I like that kind of
I
angst.
love it.
And the
My
tackle, I love the true love tackle's good.
Okay.
Yes.
I
My
like
favorite.
the translation.
I liked her look at the translation. She looks like she wanted to jump him.
Well, she probably does.
I mean, let's be real. Translating ancient Greek is pretty hot.
Right? Okay, here, my favorite was the whole true love tackle. Like, the entire scene from where that conversation, like, I love that conversation so much. My armor has been on for such a long time, I forget. I don't need it with you. Like,
Yes.
that's such a powerful scene. Like, I thought it was... I mean, I cried a lot in the final scene, and I thought it was really important, but I thought that scene was, like, the most important. Because it basically describes Emma and Killian. They know each other, and they love each other so much that there is not there's no need for armor for both of them because both of them aren't wearing the armor. Hers is the leather jacket and his is the attitude, basically. So both of them, and it's so important for both of them to have someone that they can completely be open with, knowing that no matter what, the other person is not going to judge you.
Yeah. Lisa, what was your favorite scene?
The goodbye scene from beginning to end. Well, it's hard to choose between the true love test and the goodbye scene because they both have such powerful moments. I remember just before she put the heart on the scale, they were having this discussion about, because Hook, as soon as he said, I know that you love me, but are you sure? All I could think in my mind was, oh my God, he still believes that this poor man still believes that kiss they had in season 3, episode 12 was a fail. Oh my Jesus.
Well, that's
the same thing.
That's the thing, like, with that, and now I'm seeing a little bit of inconsistency with this, is that in the beginning, like, second scene, like, at 10 minutes into the show, like, she split her heart, and he was like, yeah, let's do this. Well, that's true love if you're going to do this, but here he is saying, are you sure? It's kind of a little bit inconsistent with how...
Not really.
On both of them.
If she's splitting her heart and putting in his chest, that's true love, but here he is saying, are you sure? With this test of the scale, that's a little inconsistent there.
Here's the thing, they don't know what the scale does.
Can I?
But they do know that, they strongly suspect that the cost of failure is her death.
Yeah.
And so does the heart split. If the heart split doesn't work, it's possible that she could have died too.
So that's a little thing that, so it's a little irky.
The fact that he still had these doubts, that's the first thing I thought. It was like, oh my goodness, he still believes that what happened in New York was a fail.
Well, not just New York, Camelot and all that shit. Camelot and 5A.
Yeah.
He still believes that what happened in New York was a fail. That just...
He believes
he believes everything was a fail. You kissed her when she was the dark one. She thought that didn't work.
Because at the time he didn't know he was cursed too. Okay.
And Emma probably...
Please.
Next question.
Wait, I haven't even finished my opinion yet.
Oh, Jesus.
Because y'all keep interrupting me.
Well, you've been speaking for like 2 hours.
Because you repeated yourself like 3 times.
Come on, guys. Just go.
Okay. I love both of the scenes because of the nuances of how Jed and Colin act off of each other. Like you were saying in the goodbye scene, there was stuff that wasn't scripted, that they know each other so well and how to act off of each other in those scenes that they add in that stuff, like him kissing her hand and them grasping for their hands as the elevators going up. It just makes it so emotionally powerful. Every time that they have one of these emotional scenes, like when she had to kill him at the end of 5A, the only other scenes I've ever seen of another couple that are equally as powerful is usually snowing, when it gets really dramatic, like when they had to do their heart split. They're the only 2 couples that it feels to me like they can pull off that really ultra dramatic, emotional, you can feel it in your gut and you just type of moments. With Ginny and Josh, it's easy because they're actually married and the love that they have is real. What you're seeing on screen is not like really acting for them. The fact that Colin and Jen, who are not involved in a relationship, can pull it off the same way just speaks volumes to how connected that they are as actors to their parts and as people to each other, that they can make this work.
Okay, just a reminder, because I still have at least a dozen questions left. Please try to keep your answers short and succinct, because otherwise we're going to be here for another hour, and we've already been at it for an hour. So, Anonymous wants to know, what are your favorite things parallel between Tallahassee and Firebird?
Well,
Alex.
Well, I think I said it already.
Okay. What was yours?
Oh well, I love the fact that the hand that she used, the hands that they use like in the end when she's grabbing on, it's the same hand that locked him up in Tallahassee. So at first she locked him out, and now they're letting each other go.
Shannon.
I just like that they were, on a journey again together. Like they were doing an adventure, and we haven't really had that since season 3. So.
Bro.
Tallahassee, they go up. Firebird, they go down.
Yeah, sure.
They get down on it.
And he gets left down there, and he gets left up there. Do you remember?
Yes, Lisa.
One of the biggest parallels for me, almost in an anti-parallel kind of way, was in Tallahassee. She couldn't get away from him fast enough because her feelings for, or her potential feelings that she may have had, scared her, terrified her so much because of what he could mean to her. And then in this episode, it was those exact same feelings of overwhelming love and crushing grief that was tying her to him so with such force that she didn't know how to let him go. It's a very opposite and yet the same kind of at the same time too.
Okay. Anonymous says, question for the next podcast, is it just me, or did that goodbye scene between Killian and Emma feel a lot more like a final goodbye than it should have been, considering Killian will be coming back? I just feel like there might be some kind of catch to Killian coming back, like it won't be what we think it will be. What do you guys think? And I think that, it's supposed to feel like a final goodbye because the characters don't know that they're going to see each other again. We, the audience, who follow spoilers, do. But,
Yeah, like, even the casual viewers were like, wait, what? What's going on? What's going on?
So, but I don't think it's gonna, it depends on how Killian comes back to life. And that's gonna determine how people feel about the goodbye scene, I think.
Yep, and it's the storm before the clear, so
Yeah,
it's just that episode.
They don't usually fix everything by 20. Usually 20 is the start of shit. Remember 20 last season?
No, remember 20. There's usually 22 episodes. Now there's 23. So 20 is usually where shit gets resolved.
Right. So if you think about it, last year with the amount of episodes was, I think, Mother, and what happened there at the end was Rumbelle stole the author at the very end. So it was, everything wasn't solved.
But the lead up to the quote unquote penultimate episode is supposed to be the oh my god drama. Is this going to be fixed? Are we going to save the day type thing? And you have to remember, as a lot of us try to remind other people on Tumblr, that we, the ones that religiously follow the spoilers and look for all this information, only make up maybe 5 to 10% of the massive fan base. The
Not
general,
even that much.
That's
way overestimating.
Yeah, the general fan base is not aware of these outside spoilers.
They have 6 million.
Yeah, so it's to the show's benefit, and for not only to keep viewers invested and to keep ratings up, for them to give as much suspense as possible to be like, is this really the end? Oh my god, we have to watch the next episode. That's the point.
Well, to be honest, I know quite a few people, just anecdotally, who, if they didn't know spoilers about what's coming up, would have rage quit after this episode. So sometimes this kind of angst isn't a good thing. That it just winds up pissing people off and they have to leave. Because, if I didn't know spoilers, I might have rage quit after this episode, because I would just, for once, like them to break their pattern, because the pattern is predictable and boring. But
and honestly, it was interesting the first time they did it. Even the second time they did it. But right now, we're going into the third time, they've done the same thing, and it's like, really?
Yes.
Really? This again?
Next question.
Yeah. Catwell says, I've been reading the theory that Killian is breaking his promise to Emma by not moving on and trying to defeat Hades. I don't agree. He promised not to make Emma his unfinished business. Defeating Hades would protect his love and family, so that would be his unfinished business. And after that, after Hades is defeated, he plans to move on. What do you think? And then she also says, Colin and Jen hit it out of the park in their goodbye scene. After 3 heart-wrenching goodbyes and the fact that we know Killian will be back, their acting still makes the scene painful. What I was wondering is, what do you think the best goodbye scene was and why? And also, do you think their best and not necessarily favorite scenes together or apart were? Thank you for having a CS discussion that I can enjoy listening to.
Oh.
So what do we think about the fact that Killian clearly will not be keeping his promise?
I'm fine with it.
Like they said, I'm pretty sure I actually just came up with this, so I might be wrong. And this is just going on the fact that we know Sue is. Oh my god, I just said it so wrong. I'm ashamed of myself. Sue is coming.
He's supposed to move on to a better place, but Emma is his better place.
But here's
the thing. Okay. Wait, I can kind of agree with the question that protecting them is his unfinished business. So, he can do that, but in doing that, he's going to help Zeus. And Zeus is going to be the one that goes like, okay, since you helped me out, I'm going to help you out.
Here's the thing with him not keeping his promise. What happened with when Emma saw Killian back in the underworld? She did not keep her promise. He said, "Please, let me go." And what did she say to him? "I don't listen." So what do you think he's going to say to her? "I didn't listen to you." Pretty much.
Well, I don't think it's a case of he's blatantly just going, "No, screw that. She's always going to be my unfinished business." Blah blah blah. I think Henry leaving the book in the library is a good tip-off. That when he comes up the elevator and sees the book, that might give him an impetus to finish what Henry started. I don't think he's intending to not listen to her. I think he's going to do what he can to stop Hades from his end and maybe free the lost souls from the river. And then once it's done, he's like, okay, now everybody's at peace. Emma and her family are safe. Now I can move on. Before that happens, I think that's when Zeus is going to be like, whoa, buddy, hold up. You did me a solid, so now I'm going to do you a solid back.
What?
To change life.
Okay. So we have Anonymous wants to know, what are our top 5 Emma-centric episodes? And my first question was, Emma's had 5 centric episodes?
No.
But
she hasn't. Really, she hasn't.
Tallahassee. There's that Wretched Breaking
Lost
Glass.
Lost Girl.
The premiere, the season 5 premiere. Well, no, I don't know.
I mean, it's not really, we consider Emma-centric episodes as when she has a flashback, but the flashback really doesn't take over the whole episode. So, I don't know. I mean,
she's had more than
I can't think of them off the top of my head, and that's sad.
I mean, because we didn't have a flashback of Emma till we started, season
2. Season 2 was the first one.
Yeah, season 2 was the very first one. We didn't have any in season 1, so you didn't really have a lot. I mean, we complain that we have more Regina flashbacks than Emma. It's because it's true.
I think my favorite has to be Tallahassee, but second only to, forget which episode in season 4 it was, but it was when we got to see her with Ingrid.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think that's her with Ingrid. I think is my favorite.
If you want to think about it, I say the Captain Swan movie is an Emma-centric episode because she's learning things, about herself, and they did have a flashback that started that episode, so I would say that's more Emma-centric because she's learning from her parents' stuff. So.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to get into discussion of spoilers / potential payoff, because payoff is spoilers.
Disclaimer time.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, we will only, if we have time, we'll talk about the leaked pictures from 521 at the very end. So if you haven't seen them, we'll tell you when to turn it off if we even have time. We might not have time. And we're not going to talk about any Sean-related nonsense. So if you're here for that, sorry. We're not talking about that. Okay. So, the first few are all kind of the same. They're about Killian coming back to life. Anonymous wants to know a question for the next podcast. So, do you hope... So... Oh Lord, this makes no sense. How do you think Killian will be brought back to life? Hooked on Killian for Life 28 says, when do you think Killian will be brought back to life? Do you think that it will be at the end of the next episode or at some other time? Anonymous says, do you think there's going to be another act of true love that will bring Killian back to life? And okay, that's enough of questions.
Okay, can I go first?
Yes, Mai.
Okay, I think that Killian will be brought back by being laid on the table, and while Red Witch is speaking a prayer and cutting his hair.
You know nothing,
Sorry,
Jon Snow.
I had to.
For those of you who don't know, that's a Game of Thrones reference.
I don't know.
Yes, and the fact that you don't know is also a Game of Thrones reference.
Okay.
And my icon. I mean, I had to honor my icon in some way. And they really
Yes.
just passed, so.
Ro, how do you think Killian's coming back to life?
Well, I don't think he's getting stabbed by Kylo Ren.
He's not Max von
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
See, this
Well,
is why Ro
it's-
and I get along.
it's possible that, I don't know, maybe enough hope has been brought back to the underworld that the tree starts to grow again and he can use the ambrosia. Or maybe Zeus just does him a solid.
I mean, they've already screwed with Greek mythology enough, so a nice Zeus would... Oh, well, not nice, but a bro Zeus.
To be honest, I don't really see the negativity in Emma not being able to save him because this is his choice whether he wants to go back or not.
Yep,
But
Because,
that's...
well,
Okay, here's my argument to that, Ro. He already made this choice. He made that choice in the Brothers Jones that he wanted to come back. So it's only because Hades fucked them over that he's not back right now. So he's already made this choice. If Zeus shows up and says, hey, I'm going to do you a solid and send you back,
Yeah, but
then
this
he could be
is-
like, hell yeah. I mean, he made this choice, 6 episodes ago. Why are we still messing around with this?
Because every time we think Killian's dead, if he's being pushed off a freaking boat or something like that, people are going, why have you survived? He's like, I'm a survivor. And he's coming back no matter fucking what. It's always what we see. They need the villain to get to the point where they think they succeed. We haven't had that yet. We finally had that moment yet.
But you can do that and bring Killian back because Hades and Zelena had already gone through.
I know. But this is the only way they can bring. How are they going to kill Hades?
This is just a May sweeps ratings grab, and it irks me.
But, okay, here's the thing. They also, let's face it, Killian wanted to be a dramatic drama queen and have a dramatic entrance. That's why.
He's crashing his own funeral, his own graveyard.
So are we generally in the consensus that Zeus has something to do with it, especially considering his wounds are from Excalibur and
especially since it said it in the episode description.
No, what it says is that he's trying to find a way to defeat Hades with the pages. Which why did everybody forget about the fucking pages?
I didn't forget. I was like, ooh, Captain Cobra. Henry's like, I need my stepdad.
I think
to come
they
back.
assumed that Liam had destroyed them, like completely destroyed them.
Why
So
didn't
they
we?
never
That
found-
was my other question. Why didn't Liam set them on fire if we weren't supposed to see them again instead of just dropping them down a
Because
well?
probably
Killian's down underground. I bet he finds them just laying there.
Probably, and maybe Hades didn't rip him up because he just went and looked at himself at these pictures, and he's
Maybe he likes watching himself.
Really, it's just too convoluted to draw out.
This is Once Upon a Time. This is Once Upon a Time.
Okay. So basically, we think Zeus is gonna zap him or whatever.
Well, in some way, shape, or form, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if from where he's at right now, at the bottom of that area, if he doesn't make his way from there to Hades' main chamber, and that's where he finds the pages, and he figures out what Hades' Achilles' heel is, and how to stop him.
Am I the only one who remembers? I forget who did this, and blessed whoever did it. Transcribed the pages, like a screenshot of the pages.
Yes, and on the pages it said that Hades woke one day and he felt differently because his souls were not staying in place. They were moving, or that he didn't have as many souls as he needed to maintain his power. So his power is tied to the souls, I think. And if Killian finds a way to free all the souls from the river, then congratulations, Hades ain't got shit, because Hades has said himself he can only influence what goes on in the land of the living so much.
Well, that was before his heart was beating. His heart's beating now, so I bet that's different. But still, the point is, if you free the poor souls that are stuck in the river, you depower him to the point where it may be possible for Emma and the gang to kill him.
Yeah, and then they say that I saw this on Twitter because I didn't read Natalie Abrams because I'm not giving that woman hits. But then they say that we get Mila back.
No, well, Colin said that he sort of intimated that Killian may find out about what Rumpel did to Mila.
But I think someone said on Twitter that one of the hot seat questions was about Mila, and they were like, and Adam and Eddie were like, watch this Sunday.
Well, yeah, I think that by that they mean that she's gonna get freed, but
we're
we're
not gonna
not gonna
see
see
her.
her.
I don't care, as long as she's free, I'm happy.
I want her to get freed. I want Killian to be the one to, at this point, that this is the time he gets to save her, and he gets to save Emma at the same time. I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what should happen.
It's a twofer.
Okay. Anonymous wants to know, do you guys really think we're going to get a big enough payoff by the end of the season to make up for all the angst we have gotten? I really want to believe that we will, but it is really hard for me to trust the writers, and I don't think I will be satisfied unless we get the proposal that we are all hoping to get. What do you guys think?
Well, didn't they say that?
Well, hold on. I got two more questions there on this topic. Daniela says that you guys think, let's see, that CS is going to get sexy times as payoff for all the angst. And Anonymous wants to know, since it's confirmed the lift kiss isn't an engagement, what do you guys think it will be?
I still think it's sex. I've been saying that since the very first moment.
It has. If there is not some confirmation before the end of this season about sexy times, I'm throwing it his seed, because you don't want to do a proposal. Whatever, fine. It makes no sense to me, but whatever. But we need some kind of forward momentum, some sort of milestone that we have not yet seen for this angst to have been worth it. Because they already talked about moving in together in 5A.
Yeah, you cannot just give me, they're going to move in together. That was 20 episodes ago you talked about it. They already said they want to do that. You can't just say, now we're moving in together. That you didn't even show them move in together. You just said they're moving in together. That's just bullshit. After, you have them die, you have them, defeat being dark ones, and you have them true love. It's just, it doesn't meet the payoff, especially since we've seen other couples get payoff after they had very angsty moments.
I know Adam and Eddie like to be really coy when it comes to spoilers.
It's annoying.
But even I have to call the biggest ass bullshit flag that I've ever fucking called, because really, I'm sorry, but I've seen lots of kisses for this couple, but this particular one, you don't do this kind of one with the lift and the leg pop after they very obviously had some sort of important conversation beforehand, if it's not something that's important. And I'm sorry, but them saying, we're gonna, so it's cool that we move in together now after we already discussed this back in 5A. That's not enough for me to warrant a kiss of that magnitude.
Maybe that
the last time we got a kiss of that magnitude was in front of Granny's at the end of season fucking 3, when they finally decided they wanted to be together as a couple. You can't just go, we're, moving in confirmed. That's not enough. I know it sounds entitled, but after everything that they have been through together. everything. I think that not us as viewers, but them as a couple deserve better.
And
Yeah.
this isn't even counting the bullshit answer they gave to Leanne's. Have they?
Oh Jesus!
Have they?
I don't know. God.
What did she say? Have they consummated their relationship? And I'm like, bitch, you cannot sit there and say ask the characters because you, sir, are the writer, and that's fucked up.
Well, with that, now that they gave us all these interviews and stuff like that, now that I'm going back to that one, I'm thinking it has to be Sexy Times is going to be the whatever, because the way they answered it was like completely weird, not like no or anything like that.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
Like seriously.
It was their being humorous selves because we can't talk about it, giggling like schoolgirls kind of deal.
Okay, and here's the thing. Like, I am annoyed most of the time, and I am really, even though I'm trying to give them more slack, because we could have much worse. But normally, that's not the way they answer things coyly. Like, they're like, oh, maybe. I don't know. Like, but saying as the character just was so out of the norm for them. That is like
it's just
weird.
And that's so this is my position on that. Either it's happening in the finale and that's why they're being stupidly bullshit coy about it, or they don't give a fuck. And I really think right now it's that they don't give a fuck. And
they
I don't
should
like
give a
how
fuck
that
because
feels.
this is the only ship that they're getting. This is the only like relationship that's solid that people watch.
And that's the thing. As someone else pointed out on Tumblr, Snowing is the only other couple that's had healthy sexual relations, because Outlaw Queen did it in a crypt with Frozen not marrying 3 feet away. Rumbelle is just toxic, and they had the making out with Rumpel and Zelena. I mean, that's the thing. None of these characters have a healthy sexual relationship except for Snowing, and we only know that because they have 2 children and 1 scene of them in bed together. So I think that, you should maybe have another couple that has a positive sexual relationship on the show. That's just me.
Yes,
maybe they're going to get a puppy.
Oh, God.
No.
Believe me, I would love more than anything to see them take that step. And if it happens in the last 2 hours, that's great. But after the interviews, I went from having expectations that were moderately up there to down in the fucking dumps. Not just because they said there wasn't going to be an engagement, but because it makes it sound like there's literally no payoff, and we're seeing 2 hours of shit that nobody gives a fuck about, and in a rehashed plot that they've done a million times before. That doesn't really equate to what's gone on already. It doesn't seem to be enough. You want them to have sex, but when the fuck would they have the time? They're running around like crazy, dealing with villains, going to other realms. These people, like I said, don't even have a chance to stop and take a piss. What makes you think they're going to have enough time to, go have sex? Seriously.
Crazy sexist.
Yeah, this might just be my opinion, but I don't really want to push the issue with the sex anymore. I mean, it'll happen when it happens. If I build up my expectations too much, then I'll just be disappointed. So I just want to.
But I've been already disappointed with this whole arc, so I don't really care.
Yeah, this whole arc has been lame, and I have no expectations for the finale.
And what they're talking about for the next season sounds lame too, so I'm kind of pissed still.
Okay, so
what they're talking about for next season, I was actually a little bit more excited. If I actually trust them.
I don't want to talk about Lily for anything. Can we move on?
Oh, I'm not talking about Lily. I'm talking about them saying that, we're going to have more Storybrooke stories. I'm like,
they always
I wouldn't
say that,
be excited.
They always say that, but then they we have.
But I don't trust you.
Yeah, I don't trust you at all.
That's the thing.
Stop interrupting.
They talk a game between seasons and interviews and stuff, but then when it comes to actual execution, it starts out fine. Like the first 3-4 episodes of an arc are usually pretty good, and then it goes to shit. And
like they told us, Will Scarlet was coming back. Where's the guy now? Where is he? I don't see him.
Okay.
Like, all of your interviews have no
Credibility.
at
Do you
all.
really
So
want me
really,
to get
why are you
started?
giving interviews if you have no credibility and you don't know what the hell you're doing with your own show?
Okay.
Do you really want me to get started on the
No, we don't. We
story,
want to go to the
right?
next question.
Well, we got one more question. Anonymous, and this is sort of going back to what we were talking about payoff and things. Anonymous wants to know, question for the next podcast. I think. Oh. Proofread before you hit send, people, please. I wish people in the CS fandom would just be happy with what we got. I mean, we got CS being confirmed true love, and Killian's going to come back to life from the dead, and I think that's a pretty good payoff if you ask me. People just need to calm down and appreciate what we got. We still have time for all the things we want to happen and happen. As long as Captain Swan is happy, we should be too. What are your thoughts on
Here's
this?
the thing. I'm going to be a bitch.
I'll
Are you
probably be a
ready?
bitch right along with you. Go ahead.
Okay. There are certain high people in the fandom, big name fans. Because yes, they do exist in the Captain Swan fandom, and they're quite obvious who they are. And they're of the line, oh, we should all be happy. I don't understand why people are complaining about the sex. I don't understand why people are complaining about the proposal. Oh, you're all entitled, blah, blah, blah. Number one, stop drinking the, I'm talking to everyone, their followers who basically get at least 4, 5 women, people, androids, saying that doesn't mean you can't have your own opinions. I know, it's kind of shocking. But you can have different opinions from the big name fans. And guess what? This story is about Emma fucking Swan.
Mm-hmm.
Who is her true love? Killian fucking Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What was this arc supposed to be about? I mean, this season-long arc? Emma and Killian. Romantic love. I mean, I argued about it throughout the podcast season, so if you want to listen, just go back and see the past episodes, because I'm not going to repeat it right now. But, seriously, now, 5A was really good, because it actually focused on Emma. 5B was supposed to focus on Killian and Emma and working together, and instead, we got Maelstrom. We got Hades. And a really shitty version of Hades, like the worst version I've seen.
But that's why I'm not excited about season 6, because you're adding more characters back again. Look at what they're like, let's bring Mal and let's bring Lily back. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything?
We knew they were going to come back eventually.
I know,
so
but they're like, oh, but the thing was, and I like reminded myself to like post this. I'm not gonna post on Tumblr. I'm just gonna say it here. That in Eddie and Adam's interview, they said, we're listening to the fans about what they talk about. I'm like, you're not listening to anything at all.
The only fans they listen to are the creepy ones who love a certain villain.
Like, I was like, ooh, that hit a sore. I didn't realize it till like the other day. I was like, ooh, that's just a sore spot, buddy. That you just said you listen to the fans about, oh, let's bring back Lily. Oh, let's do that, and blah blah blah. I'm like, no one's asking for Lily. Who is asking for Lily?
Yeah, no one is. No one cares. But I come back to what I said earlier. People are allowed to have opinions. Big name fans, and it really irritates me when big name fans. Now, I have a lot of followers. I don't know if I'm considered a big name fan. Maybe I
don't think so.
But I
mean that in the best possible way, because normally big name fans are bitches.
Yeah, I try to make my blog a place for everybody. It's a safe space. If you're not happy with what's going on, come to my ask box. We'll talk about it. If you are happy, come to my ask box and we'll talk about it. You know, but telling people how to feel and saying that people get too attached to the headcanon and people are entitled, and it's like, no. We're allowed to have different opinions. That's how life works.
They're the same people that who have basically told people that if they didn't like certain things in the past, they weren't shipping Captain Swan in the right way. But guess what? There's no fucking right way to ship Captain Swan.
Brother.
You can ship it whatever fucking way you want. If you wanna, because I have a friend who who was in the early days, and she doesn't really watch the show anymore. She still ships it, but she's more of the villain, Hook, the hero Emma type. That's okay. I'm more of the true love, but most healthy relationship. That's okay. People wanna ship Richard and Duckling more. That's okay, because guess what? As long as you're not hurting anyone, you can do whatever the fuck you fucking want.
Yeah, just the low key shaming. Please stop, fandom. Just please stop the low key shaming of people who do not think that everything Adam and Eddie write is sunshine and roses. That's all I'm asking for.
What's that noise in the background?
Well, we've been at it for about an hour and a half now, a little bit more. So
Yeah, I think it's a good closing time.
Wait,
So,
Oh,
I wouldn't say that this has been really great for Captain Swan, but it could be a whole lot worse. We are not Outlaw Queen, and we are not Rumbelle.
This is true.
Lisa, we can hear everything that's going on over there.
Hear what?
I can hear noises.
The only noise was an door opening and closing.
Yeah, we heard it.
okay, so does anybody have any final thoughts?
I do.
Go, Mai.
Captain Charming was on point. Because Charming did not want to leave his daughter or his mate.
I'm almost as excited for their reunion as I am for the Captain Swan reunion.
Yeah,
hope
and
so.
I love the fact that the last scene, the very last scene, which was Emma realizing what she needed to do, had Charming.
Yes.
Because he's the one that understands her the most and the situation. So I was really happy about that.
I was also very endeared by Henry's reaction when she came up from the elevator shaft and she asked where was Hook, or they asked where was Hook, and when Henry realized that Hook wasn't gonna be able to come back with them. I mean, I know that when he watched Hook die at the midpoint of 5A, that he was upset, but in this one, he almost looked like he looked crushed, like he was about to break down in tears. I'm kind of hoping that when they reunite, that we might get a hug between Killian and Henry, just to really make it solid how important that relationship is.
Shannon, final thoughts. Bro, final thoughts.
No, not much. I'm happy that they're going to be reunited next episode tomorrow.
Regardless of how they ended up parting, I think it was important that he now knows what she will do for him, that she came down for him, and that she's given him hope. And he knows that she loves him enough to do this for him, that she would go to the ends of the world for him or time.
No,
And I think that's the motivation he needs to fight for them now and to come back.
Well, Killian Jones never had true love in 300 years.
And now he does.
That's
Yeah.
the wondrous thing. He doesn't have to.
I mean, Emma had it with Henry, but this is a guy who had never had it in 300 years.
well, we don't know if he and Mila were true love.
They weren't. I don't think they were.
He doesn't have
They
to.
could very possibly meet.
It's a wonderful thing. He doesn't have to be unsure about the answer to that question anymore. Now he knows.
Yes.
So that's motivation. There we go.
Basically,
he was motivated to give up his ship and take that leap of faith and in season 3 and go back to get her, and that's the things I like about them, is that they just do these amazing things like that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Bottom line, none of this has been in vain.
No, true love isn't easy, but it must be fought for.
Yes.
Because once you find it, it can never be replaced.
Yeah.
And I like that Charming said when they split their heart that he believed that Captain Swan was true love, because he's like, it worked for me because I know, and stuff like that. So it should have worked. He said it should have worked, and that means it means that he believes that they're true love too.
No, he's been believing
Can I
it
get my
since
final
season
thought in so we can sign off?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
My final thought is this episode was okay. I thought it could have been better. Hopefully next week or tomorrow will involve Killian coming back to life and I can stop being angsty and can actually write a solid chapter. And that's all I care about.
You'll never stop being angsty. I love you, but yeah, you'll probably never stop being angsty.
No, I call things like I say it. So sorry, it's just how I roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. We'll
Thank
be back
you.
next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.